Young Shy Beats.
What's going on, family? Man, I hope you guys are having an absolutely awesome day. We are in the garage. Extending the arm, give myself a little bit more grip surface. And it's dark outside, man. And I had to move that thing out there because, well, it's time to play with liberty. What are we doing? Man, we gotta change these doggone cooling lines, man. I mean, trans cooling lines. That trans lines, man, that cools the transmission. We got a condenser in here that we need to connect to in the front, and it's gonna go all the way back to the transmission. Why? Well, the current one, it is giving up on us. And we can't see it from here. So we got some things we need to take off, man. We got to get the battery out. We got to get this thing off. We might have to take this grill off. And we may have to remove the light as well, just so it gives us real good access to the I can't see anything from right there. So we might take that off. To the condenser, guys. Sorry, I'm talking and trying to get it done. The other day I went to church and I saw the oil and I thought it was maybe somebody else's. And then on my way home, I stopped. It was raining. Stopped at my daughter's, and I saw the oil again. But again, you know, I didn't know it was me because it was on the ground. It was raining. It could be coming from anywhere. Till I got home and parked it. And then I saw the oil under the car. I thought it was engine oil at first, and then I touched it and smelled it. It was an engine oil. It was trans, and it had that red tint. I was like, God, this sucks. And at first I didn't know what it was. And I started looking around online and ran across this guy called Mil-Spec Motor Works. Mil-Spec Motor Works. Shout out to Mil-Spec Motor Works. I'll put a link in the description. But he actually went through this process on a client's Jeep. He does a lot of DIY stuff. If you're a DIYer, he doesn't have a real big channel, but he had what I needed. He went through the process. He showed everything that he had to go through to get it done, and it looked simple enough. He said it was a job. So I'm anticipating it's going to be a decent amount of work. So we're going to do what we need to do to get it done. I still don't think it should take me too long. So for the most part, man, what we're going to be doing is, God, I left that light on my desk. I'm going to have to go get that. So we got one bolt, one screw here. I can show you on these lines. All right. Let me show y'all what we're doing here. Give me this space. All right. All right. This right here. So what we have to do, from the condenser itself, we have this. This plugs directly into the condenser, these two lines, right? And there's one bolt to the middle. That bolt press fits these two lines into where it's supposed to go. From here, they connect into here. They press fittings that connects into here, and these roll all the way back to the transmission. There's a block. It's probably like a transfer type block, or a distribution block. There we go. Where the lines that comes from the transmission goes to the distro block, and then they go out through these lines, and they go back and feed all the way around. So we talking 2 here, plus just connecting these 2 here, and then screwing this one line in here. Make sure too much. Sorry, guys. And then we should be done. He has some challenges with separating the line or disconnecting the lines from that transfer block, and I'll show you guys that when I get under. have my camera, my phone. I don't have my, I didn't charge the GoPro because I didn't anticipate what I was going to do today. But what we're going to end up doing is I'll show you guys what I do, where I'm doing it. Probably not all the steps because I don't think all the little bitty stuff, you don't have to see me turning each little screw. But I'll show you what we do and how we get to where we need to be with this. One thing he didn't do was take the grill off. I did see somebody else's video that actually took the grill off, and that headlight, this one driver's side headlight, gives them better access to that condenser. So I might do that because I just think that was groovy, baby. So we might do that just to make our life a whole lot easier and getting to what we need to get to. Makes sense to me, right? This grill is not that hard to take off. That's the plus. So yeah, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and get at it. Probably should set up this table so I can have something to sit things on instead of the box, right? Kind of tacky. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway, guys, look, give me a second. Let me regroup, get some things put together, and then we're gonna get started. All right, guys, so we are under the car, and this is the block that I'm talking about. As you can see, so if you can see these two, there's the two on the top to the left. Those are the two that we need to remove. I think we can see that clearly. And then after we get that removed, man, we can run those lines all the way up to the front. You can see all this oil and underneath this car, bro. It was just splatting everywhere, like all over the place. Like, this is crazy. So once we get that taken care of, man, we can clean up all this crap under here. Spray this thing down, some simple green, hose it down. Take it right over to the joint, man, and get this thing to the car wash and spray this thing down, because this is everywhere, guys. It's absolutely everywhere. All right, so let me get to work. I'm about to get from under this vehicle, figure out what wrench we need. The guy described, man, that I need to put a wrench on this to hold it in place while I'm turning those. So I'm gonna need both my hands. So y'all give me a minute and we'll get back at it, man. Yep. All right, guys, so we back under here. So here's what happened. And here's what I think is going on right now. I don't think that all this shiny stuff, it ain't motor oil. Because the motor oil is at level. I checked the transmission. I bought the dipstick for the transmission fluid. Guess what? It's at the level that it's supposed to be. I think, and here's the problem, it's all over here, right? The interesting part, that it's all on the driver's side. I don't see anything dripping off the oil. Off the, the oil pan, like around the oil pan. It's only around it because it looked like it's slung on the oil pan. And while I just crawled under here to get the camera so I can walk back out and talk to you guys, and I think I solved the problem. I think it's this thing right over my head. I think the diff is leaking because I checked the it doesn't smell like power steering fluid. Not only that, but the steering is fine. Doesn't smell like brake fluid, and the brakes are great. Those things are very distinct in smell. And I was a little, because it's a faint smell. So for a moment, I thought it was transmission until I took the dipstick in. The transmission looked good and smells good, not burning. Oil is a little past due and it needs to be changed. I'm going to do that tomorrow. However, the only other place, and then as I sit here and I'm looking, and they got all this dripping off this diff. I think it's the diff, guys. I think I need to get my diff serviced. I think the diff is a problem. I think the seal is bad or something is leaking. So that means I need a little bit more help than what I'm doing. I've never messed with it before. I'm not afraid to mess with it, but I think this is gonna be me. I'm gonna have to go take a ride over there and see Roger, man, and have him take a look at this thing. Yeah, I think that's it. Cause definitely gonna need a lift to mess with that. And I don't mind playing with jack stands, but I don't want to play with the diff with jack stands. It's all front suspension. I don't want to mess with that. Give me a second to climb from under this car. I'll show you as far as I've gotten so far, guys. Look at this. We got the front grill off. We took the light off. And we still have, see, it was slinging. And it's only on the driver's side. That what made me think that it was the oil coolant lines. Now, I don't think I'm going to take those back anytime soon. And it's, look, I got shiny all the way up here. But there's nothing shiny on the motor. It's all in this wheel well, but only on the driver's side. Again, brake fluid is at that level. Power steering fluid is at level. Oil is at level. Check the oil. Like I said, I got that dipstick for the trans to check the trans. It's at level. So it's like it's where it's supposed to be. The only other thing that I can think that has shiny liquid in it, greasy shiny liquid, is the diff, and it's on that side. It's on the driver's side. So what I thought was probably not so bad of a problem, probably a little bit bigger problem, but it's, you know, a little bit bigger of a problem, but it's, you know, it's something that can be taken care of, I'm sure. I think it's just the seal, probably a broken seal somewhere. Cool part is, you know, it doesn't stop me from moving. Let me turn this light off. Sorry, guys. Doesn't stop me from moving, but it does, you know, keep us from doing things that we want to do as it refers to being in all-wheel drive for snow. So still something that we need to take care of because, well, good Lord, man, it's winter. It's snow on the ground. Yeah, man, we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. And I just knew it was transmission. The only thing that I didn't do, and that's my fault, I didn't check the transmission fluid to see. And I bought this from Amazon, right? It is a service. You know, usually dealers have this, right? And I bought this thing so I can check transmission fluid. And I didn't do that before I started playing because I was just so adamant that that was the problem, right? And everything I need to get to now is very accessible. There's the top of it that I told you. It's got a 10 millimeter that we separate so that we can put that in there. And take it off. The connector is right there. You can see it, right? That's the junction on the middle. It just feels crazy to that is not the problem. Lordy beating. I got all this music playing in the background. I'm sure I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that out. But anyway, dang it to heck. I guess it is what it is. It could be worse. I take all this trash out of here and donation stuff. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I don't like oil dripping out of nothing on the ground. It's very annoying, guys. And yeah, I just don't know how to feel yet. I'm sure I was out of frame a few times here because I didn't have it pulled out, and I'm just trying to think through all this stuff. But I guess there's really nothing to think about now. I just gotta make an appointment with Roger, put this thing back together, and I don't think I'm gonna put it together yet. I don't know if you noticed. Here's what's interesting about this Jeep. I'm gonna change the oil tomorrow. Here's what's interesting about this Jeep. From the bottom, you see the oil filter right there, guys? Right there. You can't get to that oil filter from the bottom. You can't. But with this light out, I can reach there and grab that thing, no problem. So we're gonna change the oil tomorrow. I'm not gonna put this thing back together until tomorrow. Yeah, gotta love it, guys. Listen, it's all good, man. It's all about solving problems, right? Sometimes they don't always go the way you want them to, but that's okay too. You know, you work through it, you figure it out, and you get it. You know, I mean, I was very much so anticipating having to change this, and I was ready for the work. No problem. Literally, just as I'm walking out, I forgot I had a call. I'm very active at the church, guys. Like, I'm in the choir, and, you know, COVID kind of knocked us out of the loop. And we've been trying to find our rhythm, and that's for the drama team. And so I do drama too, man. So we had a meeting trying to kick off the season, you know, do a little recruitment and get active again, try to get ready for Resurrection Sunday. But I say all that to say, man, I was really anxious to get out of here, then backed off, and then got anxious and excited again to solve a problem, basically, to figure out exactly where we are with this. So I guess it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I think what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to leave Liberty right there. Unfortunately, my snow blower is outside. We'll leave it right there. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. Nah, we're going to go ahead and put this battery and move this truck up some. This Jeep up. Bring that snowball in the house. Because if we get snow tonight, I don't want to have to worry about having that thing covered in snow also. So I think I'm going to get myself prepared to be able to fire it up if I have to tomorrow. I don't have to pull on that thing. I just plug it in and start it, push a button, and get it going. Sorry for the little bit of a ramble. But I think for the most part, guys, I think we figured what we need to do to take this to the next level. Unfortunately, it's not going to be turning a wrench right now. Nothing major, which leads me to a place to be absolutely flabbergasted that these coolant lines aren't leaking. So what I'm gonna probably end up doing is, like I said, go to Roger, see if he can come to a conclusion on the diff, because I think that is the issue. Once we come to a conclusion on the diff, I think we might just change the coolant lines anyway, get it out the way, just to save ourselves the headache. They look fine, yes, but they're known to fail. I don't know, man. I think I might leave them alone and just keep those in the event that I need them, to not have the headache. I might just take them back. Who knows? The chances of somebody needing that anytime soon, not in this area, because I don't think that thing fits with this car or anything else with this motor transmission combination. And I don't know what else have that. Nitro. That's it, maybe. I don't know. Anything else, I guess, with the 3.7 motor. I'm rambling some more. But listen, guys, we're going to call this a video. But I will keep you posted on what's next. So this is part 3. This is part 2. We're going to get to part 3 when we get over to Rogers to try to figure out what's going on. This is weird. But it's okay, man. It's okay. It's all good. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Yeah, man, you know why? Because we don't do normal stuff around here. We're gonna take the time and do a little research, investigate, and try to figure out what's going on. And if we can't figure it out, we take it to the next level. But we are not afraid to try to figure it out. I think that's what's important. That's our takeaway. I think we've come to a conclusion, and now we're gonna take it to the next level. Hey, it is what it is, guys. Listen, remember, guys, we were designed for greatness. Because we were designed for greatness, guys, you have the right, the responsibility, and the authority to never be average. So, guys, don't be average.